I go get me a ladder. I think what I'll do is, I brought this boat trailer in here the other day and I hadn't done anything with it because we've been gone, but I think I'll move it out. I'll move it out of here too. Get it out of my way. That's what I'm gonna do. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just go get the ladder for now. One thing at a time. I went to visit my brother's son yesterday or the day before, and we was talking about him and my brother. My brother had ADHD pretty bad. I have it too, but I probably have more ADD than ADHD. And the difference is the H part in there stands for hyperactivity. I don't think I'm real hyperactive, but I do have a really short attention span. And, you know, it's not at all unlike me to try to do 5, 6 different things all at the same time. And we were talking about that because he's got it too. My brother's dead now, but boy, he had super big dose of it. So sometimes I just have to remember to slow down. See, here's my Rambler parts. Look at that. Little Rambler American and emblems and symbols and tail lights. Speaking of tail lights, I think I might have one out. Yeah, we was just talking about how us Pete boys, sometimes we start doing something, and then before you know it, we're doing something else. And then before you know it, we're doing something else. We just get sidetracked. I don't know if my cousin Kenneth's got that as much or not, because he doesn't seem like he does. But I'll tell you another thing I got up in here, and while I'm up here, we could look into it a little. Years ago, I acquired a power steering pump and box for that Rambler. That's what's in here. This is. And I got thinking about, since I'm pulling that motor out, might be a good time to put power steering on this baby too. And that's one of the things that some guy put up the other day about when he was young. All he wanted was a fast hot rod. It was as fast and light as he could make it, but then when he got old, he wanted power steering and power brakes and power windows, and he had the same car for all these years. But over the course of the years, he's added all this additional stuff. He's kind of talking about the old man syndrome, where you wind up with a bunch of additional stuff that you didn't originally think you were going to need, but once you get old, you're glad you got it. Power steering is one of those kind of things. It'd be good to have power steering. So that might be when I'm thinking that maybe before I pull that engine out of the Rambler, I might have that truck that I'm going to get from Rusty already here, to give me a secondary form of transportation other than that little Prius, which my wife drives, and she goes to the grocery store and the laundromat and such as that. And then I could afford to have the Rambler apart for a while, and while I got it apart, I could do the power steering. You know, at one time I was talking about finding a Prius in a junkyard and cutting the shaft out, because they have electric power steering, and that was something I'd seen somebody do, and I was thinking about doing that. But since I'm pulling that motor out, it might not be too hard to swap that. You know, Resto Dan. Any of y'all follow Resto Dan that's out in Texas? He's rebuilt a bunch of beautiful classic cars in his yard. I don't even think he's got a garage. But one of the things he did, he got like a 67 Corvette that he bought years and years ago, and he just put power steering in it, like I'm talking about doing, you know, with a different steering box and pump and all that. I might do that too. We'll see. She'd be good. You know, if she had power steering and a power brake booster, she's already got a dual reservoir tank. So if she had power steering and power brakes, shoot fire, that car wouldn't need for nothing, except I have from time to time thought about putting a posi rear end. You know, everybody's doing burnouts the other day, and And old Mr. Heavy Chevy, he's up there, and everything he's got a positive rear end, so he can go burn 2 tires at a time. Well, him and Waylon Wire. So that'd be a nice thing. I wouldn't mind having a positive rear end in this and having a little higher road gear. I got, I think that's 370 rear end. I could go with something like a little higher than that, because I'm not as much into burning tires as I am into riding comfortable. Old age, that's that old age thing.